Hi, friends. Host Eric here, host Talking with Famous People, and among the many, many interesting things that have happened to me and around me and I've experienced here on YouTube since I started this channel being basically an everyday thing, I don't know, 7 years ago or something. And one of the odder of them is my engagement with Michelle Shocked. Michelle Shocked is somebody I listened to a lot in college, and sometimes, as I'm sifting through new music and stuff, I think, hey, here's something I remember from the past that I'd forgotten about. Something reminds me of it or whatever. And I go, oh, I want to check that out. I want to listen to that. Well, that's what happened with me and Michelle Shocked, okay? I wanted to listen to her albums. It had been a long time since I listened to them. I couldn't find them anywhere on the internet. I was like, what the hell's going on? The only place I could find to listen to the music was there was no place to listen to music. You could purchase CDs from her for $250 a piece. Anyway, regardless of that, which is her prerogative, she's welcome to sell whatever she wants, and that's fine. She's also welcome to not have her music on the internet, and she's welcome to, in fact, tell me to take my video down when apparently I think it included a snippet of one of her songs, accidentally, in the sense that I did intend to make a video showing people where to find her music. I didn't intentionally want to include part of her song. I think it accidentally played a little bit when I went to the destination I was going to, and I just didn't bother to clip it out or something. And I got a copyright strike for it. Now, that copyright strike has expired, which is great. But regardless, I wanted to draw your attention to the fact that while the copyright strike has expired, Michelle Shock's fixation and stubbornness about these matters, regardless of what I mentioned in the past that should have cleared it up for her, obviously didn't give that video enough of her attention, or any of her attention, or she would have thought a little bit differently. Because what you see here is in response to one of my most recent video, I guess, which was in response to her previous comment. She says, how are things working out for Ya in the copyright troll business? Makes troll face. Middle finger bootleg this. So, it's like, of course, I point out, I've got 6,000 plus videos of entirely original content, including more original songs recorded and uploaded to YouTube than you will ever write, even if you live 1,000 years, Michelle Shocked. If you think I abuse people's copyrights, you're completely delusional. This is not that kind of channel, and a second's effort on your part would have told you that. So, but the thing is, she already knew that. She already knows that. She can see enough that she can tell that this is not that kind of channel, right? Even when she's looking at that one video, she can tell already it's not that kind of channel. So I'm curious then, like, okay, well, what exactly is causing and motivating her to do this? And my extroverted intuition thinks, okay, I personally, this is just my opinion, I sense a lot of pent-up frustration, which often expresses spitefully in this particular individual. So it's quite possible that she's trying to provoke me into bullying her, quote unquote, so that I will get a strike that doesn't expire, like my last bullying strike that I got against C.S. Joseph. Well, if that's the case, then obviously she's not going to succeed at that, because I find her mostly curious. It's like when I first started out down this Michelle Shocked path, I had no idea any of the story about her. I had no idea that she was cancel cultured for some other stuff that I don't even want to mention because it's not relevant to what we're talking about, and I don't believe that it's a good idea to cancel people when you find their beliefs reprehensible, quote unquote. Anybody can use words like hateful and reprehensible about your beliefs too. So, the point is, regardless, I didn't know about her battle with the copyright thing. Hi, Delilah, what's going on? All right, cool. See you soon. Bye. I love you. Bye. But I thought New Jack here provided an excellent bit of history, background, context, or whatever summed it up nicely, told the story. I thought I'd include it. I love her music, and I believe you have consciously underrated her musically. I mean, I haven't really had a chance to underrate her or overrate her musically because what's happened is when I went to go revisit that, I discovered that I can't revisit it. I can't spend the time that I spend with anything else that I want to revisit and make a final determination about, you know? It's like, there's some old songs that I remember, oh, I used to love that song. And I listen to it now and I'm like, eh. And there's some old songs that I go, oh, I used to love that song. And I go, oh, I was right to love that song. I know that some of Michelle Shock's stuff I loved a lot, you know? As I said in a previous video, I respect her, or I respected anyway, her as a songwriter, somewhat as an artist. You know, it's like it's not absolute top tier, but it's I'd be proud of it if I made it. You know, I'm not trying to diss her at all in terms of her music. I wish I could make firmer determinations about it though, because it's been years and years and years since I've really got a chance to listen to it. Since I probably had a CD of it or had it on a tape in my car or whatever, you know. So, and I believe you have consciously underrated her musically, which is understandable given her retaliatory strike. You were kind, however, to omit her tirade from Yoshi's. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. I'm confused. But I want to make something clear about her copyright stance. Unlike any other artist I'm aware of, she wrestled the major label for exclusive rights and won. A few years later, the internet usurped the control she'd won, and she has begun fighting the entire internet since, especially YouTube, for the copyright she had negotiated and won back in the 80s and 90s. Her music is unmatched. Well, I mean, on what metric? In some sense, everybody's music is unique, distinct to them to some extent, but if you're just doing a pure qualitative scale of worst music ever to best music ever, hers is definitely not at the very top. She is matched and surpassed by other artists, but she is good, you know. Her music is unmatched, but Van Gogh cut off his ear, if you get me. Okay, well, so the implication there being that there's mental health issues. The thing is, mental health issues do not excuse Michelle Shocked from concluding and accusing me of being a copyright troll, being in the copyright troll business, or wanting to bootleg shit or whatever, when just the slightest glance from either corner of either eye would reveal to her that I'm definitely not that, in no way, shape, or form. I'm not using YouTube like she thinks I'm using it, right? So, Michelle Shocked, if it is a mental health issue, I'm sorry to hear that. These things are treatable with medication. If it is, or if it isn't, regardless, it's not acceptable for you to go around and dismiss people as copyright trolls when they've got over 6,000 original videos of their own making and have no history of being a copyright abuser at all. I don't necessarily fully support copyright law and in its various interpretations or whatever, but regardless, I do my best to obey it. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. I'm certainly not a brazen violator, nor did I have to change my approach at all when YouTube started cracking down on copyright. I never used other people's shit. So, you know, I'm not asking you to be perfect, but I'm asking you to be slightly better than completely 180 degrees wrong in your accusations of me. To take a moment's time to look before you start flinging accusations at me that are totally unsubstantiated by reality. And for those of you who watch this, thank you. And Michelle Shocked, hopefully you comment on this one too. We can continue our tit for tat, or our repartee back and forth. But maybe next time you'll be a little bit more of a grown-up and actually look before you talk.